What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another break on this Friday evening. Right now, I've got our 2024-25 Panini Select Basketball Hobby 3-box number 2 random teams. I'm going to go ahead and get this shared over to the group, get everybody tagged, and we will go ahead and get started. There we go. Facebook glitched out there for a second, but back to getting these names up. Really looking forward to this one. Select, I've been talking in the last couple of breaks we've done of different Select products. Select is one of my favorite overall products, no matter the sport. I feel like you get some of the coolest looking cards out of Select. John, having a hard time tagging. If you go by something else on Facebook, let me know. I'll get that tag added. Otherwise, we've got all the tags in there. I'm going to give it a couple of seconds for everybody to hop on in here. We'll hop in our browser, get the names and teams random. All right, let's hop into our browsers and get things kicked off here. Got the names here first. 30 entries. John on top, Tua on the bottom. Going to roll the dice. Anything less than 4, we roll again. Got a 3, so we got to roll again. Got a 5, so we're good there. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Adam Page on top. John on the bottom. Going to go ahead and get this reflected onto your screens. There we go. Got that trade, or got that names reflected there. Then we've got the teams here. Same 30 entries. Atlanta Hawks on top. Washington Wizards on the bottom. Once again, going to roll the dice. Anything less than 4, we roll again. Got a 10, so we're good there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Orlando Magic on top. Houston Rockets on the bottom. Going to go ahead and get this reflected onto your screens. Get that trade timer started. There we go. Those have been posted. 5 minutes on the clock, starting now. While that trade timer's ticking, I'll go ahead and get our verification codes shared into our chat. Hey, Rick. Colorado is nice this evening. Nice to see you. Sorry to hear you're doing meh. All right, verification codes have been posted. Just about 4.5 minutes left on the trade timer here. Plenty of time if anybody is looking to swap teams. All right, just about 3 minutes left on the trade timer. Steve throwing the Jazz into the chat for trade. Cavs also available for trade. Just past our 2.5 minute mark here. All right, less than 2 minutes left on the trade timer now. All right, last 60 seconds on the trade timer here. Getting down to the wire if anybody is interested in starting a new trade or making a trade for one of the teams currently available in the chat. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Seeing no trades, those are going to be everybody's teams. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. Empty box number 1 there. All right, here we go. Got a nice sky-high Zach Edey there. And Paul George here for the 76ers. Nice Bronny James Jr. there. Isaiah Collier. And we've got a 5 out of 5. Dalton Knecht and Reed Shepard dual rookie auto. Wow, how about that? Between the Rockets and the Lakers. Gonna get that one magged up, and then we will go over what happens with a big card like that. What a way to start off with our first hit of the break. 5 out of 5. All right, so here, normally we just random those cards. However, since this is such a big card, we have several options. Hopefully one or both of you is in the chat watching. Give me a second to get this on a mag stand, and I will look at the names so I can address y'all. That one's going to be between John, who has the Rockets, and Ray, who has the Lakers. So how this works is we have two options. We can random it. If one or both of you says random it, we random it at the end of the break, full stop. However, we can also consign it for you and split the proceeds 50-50. It is up to you two individuals to decide that, but if one of you does say random, we will random it. If nobody answers during the break, I will go ahead and reach out to you both privately on social media in a group message, and we will go ahead and address it from there. We got a DeJounte Murray there for the Pelicans behind that, 77 out of 249. Man, what a way to start. Got a nice Paolo Banchero there, and Paul George right behind that. That one going to be 39 out of 299. That one going over to the 76ers. We got a Bub Carrington for the Wizards here on the rookie patch. Nice one for Washington. That one going over to Kyle. There you go, Kyle. There we go. Nice one there for the Wizards. And we got Jacoby Walker right behind that for the Raptors. Nice Ryan Dunn there. We got Tristan De Silva right behind that on the white for the Magic. That one going to be 75 out of 149. Going over to Adam. Got a nice PJ Washington Jr. here for the Mavericks. That one going to be at 93 out of 175. Nice Reed Shepard there for the Rockets. And a Paolo Banchero. Lots of Paolo Banchero showing up in this first box here. Still looking for one more hit as well. I have a feeling it might be in this box, or in this pack, excuse me. Nice Zach Edey rookie there. And we have a Karl Anthony Towns on the patch for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Nice one there for the T-Wolves. That one going over to John. There you go, John. Congrats on that. All right, last pack of box number 1 here. Good luck, everybody. Nice Stefan Castle there. We've got a Bobby Clintman on the camo there for the Detroit Pistons. That one would be 68 out of 125. Going over to John. All right, let me get these basement over. We'll hop into box number 2. Empty box there. What is up? How are you doing, Grand Slam? I'm doing great, Grand Slam. I'm doing great. Having a blast. We started off this break hot, so you can never complain there. Oh, heck yeah. Okay, I'm going to show this one just because it's on the back already. We can already see it. We've got a 2 out of 5 Paul George for the 76ers. Going over to Andrew Russell. There you go, Andrew. Going to get that one magged up for you. Congrats on that. We've gotten an out of 5 out of each of our boxes so far. And both times in the first couple of packs. Ah, thank you, Grand Slam. There we go. Another out of 5 there. Got a nice Franz Wagner there. 172 out of 175 for the Orlando Magic. Looks like we got a 20 out of 125. DeAndre Ayton here on the patch auto for the Trailblazers. Nice one there for the Blazers. That one going over to Kyle. There you go, Kyle. Nice little patch auto for you. Congrats on that. 20 out of 125 once again. Nice Luka there for the Lakers. Still in his Dallas uniform, but it does go over to the Lakers. Got a nice Zion Williamson here for the Pelicans. That one going to be 29 out of 49. There we go. Nice one once again for the Pelicans. Going over to Ray. Hey, sometimes that's the best. You end up in a fun break that you don't even remember. Got a Steve Francis here. 91 out of 125 on the auto. Nice one for the Houston Rockets. Houston Rockets having some luck so far in this break. That one going over to John. Congrats on that one, John. All right, 3 packs left. No, Bulls are not terrible at all. Bulls are a good team to have. We have not hit anything big for the Bulls yet, but that doesn't mean it's not coming. Got a nice Fred VanVleet there for the Rockets. 200 out of 249. And we've got another out of 5. James Harden, 4 out of 5 on the patch for the Philadelphia 76ers. We are on fire. Get that one magged up. That one going over to Andrew Russell. You've got 2 out of 5s coming your way, Andrew. Congrats. 2 out of our 3 have been for the 76ers. Didn't even catch that at first. Got that Paul George and now the James Harden patch out of 5. Congrats on those. Got a nice Klay Thompson for the Mavs. 43 out of 199 behind that. Oh, heck yeah. Don't worry, it'll get shown off again in the recap. Nice clutch. LeBron James, and we have Jamal Murray here for the Nuggets. 61 out of 125. All right, let me get these base moved over. We'll hop into box number 3. Empty box number 3. Let's see. Can we continue the trend, continue the pattern, get 3 out of 5s in this last box? We got 1 in the first one, 2 in the second one. I'm sure it won't happen, but you never know. Sometimes we do have some crazy luck like that. We've got a 46 out of 75, Bob Cousy on the Legends auto there. Nice one for the Celtics. Now I'm going over to Tua. There you go, Tua. Nice little auto there for you. Congrats on that. And we've got a nice Chet Holmgren here for the Thunder. That one going to be 30 out of 35. Nice one there for OKC. That one going over to Brendan. There you go, Brendan. Congrats on that. Got a nice Ryan Dunn here for the Suns. That one going to be 50 out of 99. That one going over to Andrew Harrison. There you go. I don't know about you guys, but every time I hear that name, I think of the old MTV show and that Ryan Dunn. Nice Luka there. And a Yuki there for the Grizzlies. Rest in peace, exactly. Dude was a legend. It's like, I would say the name of the show, but I'm sure everybody either knows it or not, but just in case Facebook decides to be weird, I'm not going to say it and then get us put in Facebook jail before. We got a nice one for the Pacers here. 94 out of 99. George Hill on the autographed memorabilia. That is killer. That one going over to Dylan. There you go, Dylan. Congrats on that. Nice Brandon Ingram right behind that. Yeah, CKY, you're right. That one won't get us flagged. Nice Mattis Bazelis there for the Bulls. Then we've got Donovan Mitchell here for the Cavs. 147 out of 249. All right, 3 packs remain. And we hop into our recap. Ray or John, if you were in here, I have not heard anybody say random that dual auto yet. So as of right now, I'll reach out to y'all after the break to see how y'all want to address it. But if someone wants to random it, let me know. Got a Ron Holland II there for the Pistons. 106 out of 299. All right, last pack here. Good luck. We got a TJ Saloon on the Sparks there for the Charlotte Hornets. Nice rookie patch there. Nice one there for the Hornets. That one going over to Andrew Russell. Ray, I did. So here, give me just a second. Let me get this sleeve card top loaded, and we will talk to you. You hit a big one, my friend. Well, you hit a big dual auto, so you have half of it. So there's a couple options. So we hit this Dalton Knecht, Reed Shepherd dual auto, 5 out of 5 for the Lakers and Rockets. So because you have the Lakers and then John has the Rockets, the two options we could do is if one of you says random it, we just random it here towards the end of the break. Or if you want, we can get y'all in a chat together and we can look into consigning it and getting you guys splitting the profits 50-50. So it is up to you right now. You're in the chat, so you could say random it. We could random it. If you'd like to wait, I will happily reach out to both of you in a chat together after the break, and we can decide from there what you want to do. But that is a monster, and we hit it right at the beginning of the break, too. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get everything set up for our recap here. We had some stellar cards in this break. All right, Ray, I will get y'all together in a little group messenger and get that all orchestrated after this break, and we can look into next steps for everybody. But congrats again. Yeah, 100%. I agree. But I also get people who want to random it. I see both sides. Got a nice TJ Saloon there for the Hornets on the memorabilia. George Hill for the Pacers on the patch auto, 94 out of 99. Ryan Dunn for the Suns there, 50 out of 99. Chet Holmgren for the Thunder, 30 out of 35. Bob Cousy there for the Boston Celtics on the Legends auto, 46 out of 75. Steve Francis there for the Houston Rockets, 91 out of 125 on the auto. Zion Williamson for the Pelicans, 29 out of 49. DeAndre Ayton there for the Portland Trailblazers, 20 out of 125. Karl Anthony Towns for the Timberwolves there. And a Bub Carrington on the patch for the Wizards. Then we have our mags here. Got the James Harden patch there for the 76ers, 4 out of 5. Paul George also for the 76ers, 2 out of 5. And we finish off with the dual auto Dalton Knecht, Reed Shepherd, 5 out of 5 between the Lakers and the Rockets. All right, that's going to do it for this break. Thank you, everybody, for hopping on with me. Hope you have a